Well, a newly elected judge in Douglas County is making waves even before taking office. She wants a big raise.
Probate Judge-elect Christina Peterson says that she should be paid nearly twice as much as her predecessor because, unlike him, she's an attorney. But Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis discovered her duties likely won't change very much.
A probate judge typically does not make news. Their job is important, but mundane. Processing wills, issuing marriage licenses, and lately handling a slew of concealed weapon permits. So should the probate judge in Douglas County be paid similar to all the other judges here? Should she be making $175,000 a year?
I'm not asking for a favor. I'm asking for you to review the facts and continue to be fair and consistent.
Christina Peterson gave it her best shot during the most recent virtual meeting of the Douglas County Commission. At the end of the month, she'll be taking over for retired probate judge Hal Hamrick. He was first elected 16 years ago when the county's population did not require the probate judge be a licensed attorney. That means Hamrick can't preside over jury trials when someone might challenge a will. The big reason why practicing attorney Peterson says the current $96,500 a year salary doesn't cut it for her.
Now, that's not sufficient for the increased judicial responsibilities that I will have to have, including jury trials.
She requested a personal salary of $175,000 a year, nearly double Hamrick's salary, plus an extra $344,000 to hire 5 additional staff. Peterson's appearance came the week after a Fox 5 I-Team investigation revealed Douglas County was already facing a $1.2 million budget shortfall. At least one of the 5 commissioners, Kelly Robinson, said he favored giving Peterson the money.
I'm very concerned. I don't know how they have the money to fund something like this.
Superior Court Chief Judge David Emerson fired off this letter to commissioners, pointing out the probate judge handled far fewer cases than any other court last year, most of them the simple task of filing unchallenged wills. If someone wanted a jury trial to dispute a will, they could always appeal to a state or superior court judge. How many times did someone demand a jury trial in probate court last year?
There were 0 appeals from probate court to the state court, and the superior court had 0 appeals for jury trials.
If we weren't having a COVID budget crisis right now, would you be this concerned about her request for more money?
I do not view her request as I'm just shocked that it's even being considered.
I'm asking that it not be about politics. I'm asking that it not be about a judge having to prove themselves. I'm asking that it continues to be about consistency across the board.
Instead of comparing her to the state and superior court judges, we looked at the probate judge next door in Carroll County. Judge Edie Haney's base salary is even lower than Douglas County, $83,913. And she's an attorney too. The incoming probate judge in Paulding is also an attorney. She'll get total benefits of $115,000, but she also handles traffic cases. So what does Peterson have to say about that? She declined to answer our specific questions about those numbers or the fact that those jury trials she can now hear, the ones she insists justify her big raise, rarely happen in Douglas County. Commissioners are expected to vote on the budget next week. In Douglasville, Randy Travis, Fox 5 News.